Welcome to Be Great Today, weekly inspiration to start your week. I am Jonathan Bloom, or Frasley Sparkspan in World of Warcraft. So I'm currently sitting here right now wearing a hoodie for a team that won against the Michigan last week. I know I probably have a few Michigan fans, and I want to say that I am only joking. For me, sports is more, I enjoy hanging out with friends while watching sports, but I'm truly not into sports. But I do wear OSU stuff because in Columbus, it's kind of what you have to do. It's easier if you wear the colors for the team that you're in, and plus, I like red, so it's perfect. But I'm wearing a hoodie that is 10 to 11 years old. I got this hoodie before a youth group retreat that was happening during the OSU versus Michigan game years ago. I've been trying to think back exactly what time it was, and I believe it was 2007 to 2008. I might be off on my math a little bit, but I think it was 2007, so it'd be about 10 to 11 years right now. So where was I 10 to 11 years ago? I was about to graduate high school. I was nearing 333 pounds. I could barely walk. In fact, this past week, I was thinking about the fact that one time our family went to Disney World with some friends. I was walking around Epcot with one of my close friends, and I could barely walk. I was huffing and puffing. My feet hurt. It was like 8 p.m. at night. We were about to walk into the Hall of Presidents. I was just thinking, I'm 18 and 19, and I can barely walk. Well, and then a couple years later, my dad almost died. There was one night where we went to the hospital because he was unable to breathe. And there was nobody in the emergency room, but they moved us to a little consultation room. And my dad, being a pastor, told me that's the room that they take families to when they don't know if their loved one's going to make it. My dad had a quadruple bypass surgery. That was a year that I decided to make a change for my own life because I don't want my kids to go through what was going on in our life. I lost my grandfather in 2010. I've had friends who got married, some friends who have also gotten divorced. I've had friends welcome new additions to their family. I've had a few friends who've also lost due to miscarriage or for other reasons. I've gained new friends. I've lost friends due to a drifting apart. But in those 10 to 11 years, I have also grown and I've experienced a lot of things. I've got my regrets and things that I'm glad that I experienced. It's hard sometimes to see the bigger picture. Looking back at it right now, it is easy to see, oh yeah, that event led to that event, to that event. Time flies, but we tend to only see the now. My family and friends have had interesting challenges over the past 10 to 11 years. Different events and just different things that have happened. But sometimes it's harder to have that long-term focus, and we only focus on the short term. Someone that I like to follow is TK, who does the TK Talks podcast. I will link to an episode that they had this week. This is a podcast that I queue up every day, and sometimes there's a message that I really need to hear. TK has gone through some different health issues and different things in their life. And right now they're struggling with chronic pain. And they said, it's amazing how when something is negative and something we want to get rid of, we are so quick to want hope immediately. But it's harder to wait for hope to come. Sometimes things take time. There are still things in my life, still things in the life of my family and friends that we're hoping for something better. But it takes time. And sometimes we have to have that long-term focus. So this week, think back. If you have any clothing that you've worn for 10 or 11 years, think about where you were 10 to 11 years ago. And then for a fun thing, think about where you'll be in 10 to 11 years. I've thought about clothing that I bought this year. I'm thinking, if I still have that piece of clothing, what will I be? Who will I be? Where will I be? What things will annoy me then? What things will I hope for then? That now I'm like, I can't even think about, or challenges that I'm experiencing now, I won't even have to think about in 10 to 11 years. Where will we be, and what can we do nowadays to set ourselves up to be where we want to be? Thank you for listening this week. You can find the show at inspirationalpodcast.com. I wanted a easier URL to send people to. I love my other domain, but it's a little bit tougher to say verbally. So until next week, be awesome and think long term.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.
This show is brought to you by Dragon Powered Studio. Find more at dragonpoweredstudio.com.